Okay, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the Scent Bubble. Today we're going to talk about, real briefly, fresh fragrances. It is a privilege to get a really nice fresh fragrance because you have a versatile fragrance in a fresh fragrance. Dumb reach, everyday wear, seasonless grab. The problem with fresh fragrances a lot of times is two things. One, they're rarely signature, and two, a lot of times they lack performance. There's no performance standard. General rule of thumb is we want a fragrance that lasts forever, right? So we make these fake rules like 6 to 8 hours is standard or a great fragrance, 8 hours plus is beast mode, 6 hours or less is weak. We're picky, right? I want to talk about a fragrance today that I've talked about on previous, I think in my hot takes, but I want to talk about Gucci Guilty Elixir. This fragrance is incredible because it's different than everything else in the Gucci line. It's fresh, so it's extremely versatile. It has great performance. And most importantly, if you can get this quality in a fragrance, you should look for it at all times. It's signature. In the fresh category, people are mostly using variations of citrus on woods, citrus aquatics, marine aquatics, maybe some herbals and some florals dressed around it. Call it a day. That's what they do. But when you get a fragrance that can be signature from all that and have its own thing and have a slightly different emphasis, but be jazzed up with all those typical suspects rather than those typical suspects being the emphasis of a fragrance, like lime, citrus, water, marine notes, whatever, then you really can carve out a space in the fresh category. And the fresh category is most sought after because people want a fragrance they can just wear for any occasion, right? So Gucci Guilty Elixir is awesome. It leads in orris root. Orris is the base of I almost said lavender, it's the base of the iris plant. You can find orris root in things like Tom Ford Grey Vetiver. It's just this super clean, almost soapy, floral, highly signature. It feels masculine though. It's just got this character to it. It's a floral element that has masculine, or I would say it's gender neutral, but it really pairs well with men. And it's got character. It's a noticeable note, yet it's easy on the nose. And so leading in orris root and then dressing that up, I believe, with orange and maybe some vetiver. I forget what else is in that fragrance, but it is just a clean fragrance. I call it freshy with charm if you're used to this channel. But then it just has so much signature because it leads in orris root, which is just a super character note and accord in fragrance. I think when I was in the store today, it said like orris root concord or some kind of like more specification, but it's orris root. So it is super versatile, office fragrance, fresh fragrance, year-round fragrance. It's classy, like it's different and classy. It's not different so much so that it's like being too artistic or like unfamiliar. It has familiar elements in its cleanliness and its gentlemanliness, but it's got its own character and personality, and I love that about fragrances. It's why fragrances like Acqua di Gio Armani can't be duplicated. It's a DNA that you can smell it a mile away. It has its own silhouette to it, right? So this is a similar fragrance. Gucci Guilty Elixir falls into that ADG category where it's like the most versatile fresh fragrance of all time. Again, whether it's better or not than Gio Armani, I don't care, but it does the same thing. Performance, versatility, unique signature quality, and it's different, but it has the same essence of what you're looking for in the fresh fragrance. Easy on the nose, versatile, clean, but has personality, projective, you know what I'm saying? So I really think Gucci Guilty Elixir is probably the best fragrance in the line, with the exception of, I think, the dark green one or the black one. I forget, one of those is like a real sexy, fresh kind of fragrance along the lines of like Gentleman Reserve Privé / Gentleman Society, kind of on that line. So that's a really good fragrance. But as far as like mass appealing, most versatile, most signature, the green bottle Gucci Guilty Elixir surprised me. And I think it's worth talking about because I don't see a lot of people wearing it or talking about it. So I know I've said it before, but get your nose on Gucci Guilty Elixir. You can test strip it at Sephora or Ulta Beauty, but I think it's super blind bottle worthy. And I think unlike most people that wear citrus-based fragrances or citrus with slight floral on woods type of fragrances or aquatics, this is a signature formula that you will certainly stand out from the rest. I think it's ageless, seasonless, it's fresh, but it's classy, has enough sophistication to smell expensive, punches well above its price point, and I think it is super affordable on discounters, but even in the store, it's around the $100 price point. I think you can get a little bit cheaper than that, just messing around with Fragrance Buy and Fragrance Net and Joma and all that stuff. So get your nose on it. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you feel the same way in terms of freshy fragrances and what you look for in a freshie. You know, Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue is nice, Versace Pour Homme is nice, Dylan Blue is nice, Legend Spirit is nice, Legend Blue is nice, Mont Blanc Explorer is nice. A lot of these fresh fragrances are nice, but they don't get you excited about your day. They just make you feel adequate for your day. And the more you smell newer fragrances, the more of a reality that starts to become. If you have a limited nose and you don't smell a lot of stuff, those fragrances will feel extremely signature to you, and they can be. It's completely subjective. But as you start to navigate through fragrance and what people are wearing and what people like, and you start getting your nose on a lot of stuff, and you see how people are just replicating old ideas and not really trying to innovate, a fragrance like Gucci Guilty Elixir stands out because it is not off the radar artistic. It is its own character piece, but it is still super mass appealing while still being different. And you get all the performance, and there's no hesitation on giving you the full experience of the fragrance as far as it not being a limited 2 to 3, 2 to 4, 4 to 6 hour fragrance. I think that fragrance can punch well above the 8-hour point on 6+ sprays. So anyways, with that being said, Gucci Guilty Elixir is the truth. Might be top 2 best fragrances in the Gucci line. It's innovative, it's modern, it's timeless. And this is the scent bubble. Let me know what you think in the comments. Have you guys put your nose to this fragrance? And if there are any others that you think compete with it. I think Gucci Guilty Elixir sits along the same lines as any of the Profumo Profondo type of fragrance, just being like super one of one in the fresh category with incredible performance and high signature. But if there's any others that you think, put them in the comments below. Love to chat about it. Be blessed. Peace.